Welcome back. It finished 2-2 at Villa Park. Mo Salah put Liverpool in front. Tielemans got the equaliser and Villa went in front 2-1 up at half-time before Trent Alexander-Arnold scored in the second half to secure a 2-2 draw. Arne, good to see you. The man himself, you can see on your screen, has come out to join us now. Arne, how happy are you with that draw away from home?
No, not so happy, to be honest. I think if you look the game back, and that's what you did as well. I think we created far more chances than them. I think we did everything we had to do to get a result over here, maybe even a win. The only thing what wasn't perfect was conceding a set piece, because if you concede a set piece in a big game against a very strong opponent, it's very hard to win a game.
Is that the most concerning thing, that the goals you conceded, or not taking the opportunities to win them?
Like I said, set piece is never ideal. If you want to win a big game, you have to be balanced in your set pieces. Either you score one and they score one. But if you're 1-0 down, then that's far from easy. I think maybe their second chance was a goal with a cross. And I think it took them very, very, very long before, in the final minute, they could have won it. But yeah, if you just put all the chances in a row, then I think it was clear that I'm not happy with the 2-2.
How difficult do they make it for you, especially with the attacking options that they have and the changes they could make in the second half?
Yeah, of course, they're a constant threat. And that's why I was so happy with the way we defended it. Because, yeah, the ones that started are an attacking threat. The ones that come in are an attacking threat. So, yeah, of course, they lost a very good striker as well. But, yeah, brought in 2-3 new ones in the winter break. So, yeah, you know, if you go here, it's a difficult one because of the team they have, because of the support they have from the fans. But I think we were close to playing a very, very, very good game, except for the set piece we conceded.
Arne, can I ask you a question? I think when you look at the week that you've had obviously 2 tough away games in Everton and obviously today Aston Villa, a great home win. The pressure is not on you. The pressure is more on Arsenal to try and catch you, isn't it? Surely that is your team talk with your players. You know, there's no pressure on you.
Yeah, no, you know probably even better than me that the pressure is always on you if you're Liverpool, but the pressure is always on you if you're Arsenal.
I've got to ask you a question
as well. Yeah. So no matter, it does matter where we are in the league table, but there's always pressure if you play for Liverpool. And that's the same if you play for Arsenal. So yes, we want to achieve something together this season, and we have all the ingredients for it. But yeah, still 12 games to go and Champions League to go. But we're happy where we are. I think a bit too much we've played games now where we deserved more than we got. I don't mean the Everton game when I look at the quality of play, but it was, of course, a big disappointment to concede in the last minute. I look at the Newcastle game where we conceded in the last minute, and some other games, today included, where, in my opinion, if there was one of the 2 teams that deserved to win, in my opinion, it was us.
Sorry, Arne, did you feel like just at times it was a little bit too open for you? Or did you feel like with the starting 11 of Villa it was possible that could happen?
Yeah, that could happen. So we've played a few games now with Plymouth, with Wolves, with Everton, that the game was not open at all. Yeah. And that's sometimes also not benefits us. So you have to play the game as it unfolds. Is that the way you say it? And some games are long ball, second ball, long ball, second ball. Today we played a team that wanted to bring out the ball from the back. So I think we had some very good moments, even scored the first goal from a good pressing moment. But we took it the way the game went. And yeah, they can come back at the final minute. But if you look at the chances we had the second half to go in front, yeah. You can understand there's one person in the dressing room that feels quite down. And you know who it is, I think.
Do you need more from your other attacking players? A goal and an assist, again, from Mo Salah tonight, delivering. But do you need bigger contributions for those other players? I know you didn't mention one player, but there was big opportunities not taken tonight.
No, but Jot played as a 9. He was involved in a lot of good moments. He was also involved in the first goal. Dom Szoboszlai is, in my opinion, so important for the team for all the work rate he puts in. But also, he could have had an assist, of course. Today he was close to scoring goals himself. Unfortunately, for 4 or 5 months, Jota almost hasn't been available today. He could also only play 60. Same with Trent. That's why we had to make those 2 substitutions, because I would love to keep them in the team. But like we just said, we have to play Sunday again, Wednesday again, and the amount of games that are coming up, you saw with Connor, the risk there sometimes is with injuries. So we have to take care of them. But Jota played a very good game, and Trent as well.
Can I just quickly ask you about Connor's injury? Do you have any update on that?
No, not that much. Although it happened in the sprint, the one time and when he crossed the ball in, blocked, went to a corner kick. Yeah, you never know what it is, but if a player goes out, it's never a good sign, I think.
Arne, thank you for coming out to join us. We'll let you go.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, Conor Bradley, depending on how bad that is, that would be a big blow for them, because when he has been called up to play his part this season, he's done really well, Robbie. Yeah,
he's stood up to all that's been through at him. We know how big of a player he is. Look, we don't know the situation with Trent in terms of where he's going to be at the end of the season. We can all surmise. But obviously with Conor Bradley, he's come in, and every time he's been asked to do something, he's done it. And unfortunately, he's obviously picked up an injury tonight. Let's just hope it's not a serious one.
He said there's one player in that dressing room feeling very unhappy. I think we all know who that is, Alan. They had big opportunities, didn't they, in that second half, and you can see how frustrated the manager is about it.
Yeah, of course. Look, this is a huge moment in the game. For me, Liverpool were on top of that moment as I say, but he has to score. I mean, it's a goal it's open. The goalkeeper's been taken out the picture, and he just has to slide it in. Look, you feel for him. He is down.
Yeah, this one, look, he gets to the foot. I can't believe he never... You know, when you're a forward running on, whether it's a goalkeeper or it's a defender, I can't believe you don't try and flick it over the defender's leg, because it's a last-ditch tackle from the goalkeeper there. If he flicks it over, he scores a goal. And that's why people's arguments and people's worry about, obviously, Darwin Núñez, because you don't think he doesn't think about the game enough. That might sound...
Is it not thinking about it, or is it instincts he's lacking?
Well, I mean, Lucy and Sam were talking about his confidence, on the comms. If you're struggling for confidence, you've got to go back to basics. You've got to get the ball, you've got to touch it, and you've got to give it 5 yards. You don't look and you dally on the ball, waiting for someone to make a run so you can play an unbelievable pass. Play the simple things. You always need to go back to basics and do the simplicity of being a footballer, what got you into the position of being a professional footballer.
Robbie, see that one I'm thinking of, when Martinez slides out? If that was me, I'm going, just get a touch, even put it to the side. I know you're in a different situation, you're actually looking to go down on goal, but for me, as an attacking fullback, I'm thinking, just hit it to the side, let him take me out, and the question's then asked. So, look, just here, he gets there first. I'm with you, trying to dink it, but if you're not confident, even if you put that to the left-hand side, the keeper's going to wipe you out.
Yeah. He doesn't think, does he? And look, for all... It's a bad miss. It's a really bad miss. Probably up there with one of the worst we've seen this year. I'll try and help him out a little bit by saying Szoboszlai maybe should have shot himself. But, he's played a great ball to him. And, he's missed a target criminally from 7-8 yards. That can't be happening.
Yeah, well, it was a fullback, Alan, who got the equaliser for them, Trent Alexander-Arnold, in that second half. Got a deflection as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's the run from here. Not only is he just looking to pass it, he wants to then get involved. We all know Salah's going to come in the pitch. You need to try and show him down the line. But when he gets that sort of room in that area of the pitch, he's got the capability to have that strike. Yes, he gets a little bit of luck off the deflection off Tyrone Mings, but you can't give a player of that quality that much space at the edge of the box. But it's the drive and run that initially starts it, and then to get back on it.
The service off Salah as well. Again, 15 assists in the Premier League,
he's
Robbie.
He's a phenomenal player, isn't he? We know he is, and sometimes he doesn't have a great game, but he's going to come up with a bit of magic. Just to go back to that one, Al, as well, so when we're talking about when the ball goes to Salah, he flicks it up over Digne's leg. So he doesn't try and play it along the floor, because he knows that's obviously when the defender can touch your ball. He flicks it over, okay, gets a little bit of luck. Darwin Núñez,
but you make your own luck. That's the thing. By you lifting the ball up, you know that the defender's going to come in and tackle, but I just think he needs to overcompensate and try and... I know it's difficult, but try and show him down the line. He dips inside, gets that little bit of luck, drops it to Trent, and he's got that technique from that range.
Let's have a look, Robbie, at how Liverpool took the lead at the start of that game. It was Mo Salah who got the opening goal, but it was a bit of a gift from Aston Villa.
Of course, we spoke about Aston Villa, how they want to play out, and they work at it. Obviously, the full-back gets the ball. He doesn't really know what he wants to do. He thinks he's got all the time in the world, but the press of Liverpool close him down. You know, the ball comes to him, maybe on his back foot, put it down the line. But obviously the options are there for him when he goes back to the centre half or to the midfielder who obviously clears up.
The one thing I will say is, remember, he's just new to the team. This is something that Unai Emery is put into his squad from day one. So it's going to take him a little bit of time, but he should also know that in the Premier League you don't get that time on the ball. He needs to make up his mind quickly.
Absolutely, but it's 12 errors, Alan, leading to goals, something that they're going to have to stamp out. Just too leaky at the moment, Villa, you feel, if they're going to get into the top four.
Yeah, well, we spoke about the clean sheets. It has to be better. If you're trying to regularly get in that top four, you can't be giving away 12 errors that lead to goals. It's just not going to work for you if you keep that up.
Well, they are 5 points outside of the top four at the moment. We will get more reaction from Villa Park when we come back. Following that 2-2 draw between Villa and Liverpool, we'll be hearing from the Villa boss, Unai Emery, when we come back.
Unai, close to the 3 points, pushed at the end, but how do you feel about settling for a point?
Good evening. The draw, I think, is fair for both teams because they had as well chances to score. But we know against Liverpool, always you have to try to get your moment to attack and to get chances like we had. And always try to be as well competing until the last moment. And we did it. We started losing, but we were more or less competing well, and we came back the result the first half, and we were excited, motivated for the second half, and we were the second half more or less as well, keeping the same structure and idea. Of course, when you are winning like that against Liverpool, they can score like they did. And then the last minute we were close to score. I think it's further result because they played more or less controlling of the game in 70 minutes and winning, losing, and with the draw. But the last 20 minutes we were getting more option to win.
The first goal that you conceded, that's 12 goals from an error from a Villa perspective this season. Is that something that you can't really control and it's just the players just have to switch on and step up for that type of thing?
We are analyzing everything and trying to get our best in our tactical idea. Of course, some action like that, so when we are building up, we are taking some risk. We are avoiding a lot of times the risk when we could lose the ball. But today they scored, but we are not changing our idea and trying as well to work, improving.
Is this more the performance levels that you've been looking for?
I am always trying to get better.
Well, we'll have a look at the chances that Villa had to get the winner at the end that Unai Emery was referring to. But first of all, let's have a look, Alan, how they got back into the game through Youri Tielemans in that first half. And it was through a free kick as well, which Liverpool failed to clear. And Arne not happy with the defending there.
Yeah, of course. I think whenever you concede a goal in that manner, because you practice daily against it, and here, look, they try and get it. I think John McGinn does well in the first place, and then Tyrone Mings, he's a big guy, he's aggressive in the air, he gets a little knock on it. You just see here, it drops nicely. He could have easily went for goal there and tried to flick it back across, but he puts it into a dangerous area. And Tielemans is another one with great technique, and he makes sure he gets over the ball, he puts it into the ground, which makes it difficult for Alisson, and it was a good goal.
The player of the match, Tielemans, started every Premier League game for them this season, being so integral to what they've been doing. Also, so is Ollie Watkins as well, Robbie, who made it 2-1 just before half-time with a really nice header.
Yeah, I think it was a brilliant goal, well worked, and he was like instrumental in a bit of everything in that move. You know, gets the ball, plays out wide, and the appetite and desire to get in the box and get on the end of a great ball. It was brilliant, and it is genuinely great centre forward play. And we don't see enough of this in the Premier League now because everyone wants to sort of stay out of it and be the ball winners, if you like, or the ball players. But he has an unbelievable appetite of getting into the box and getting goals.
It's the run. I mean, he makes a clever run, as you rightly put it. He puts out wide, but he wants to get in between the sticks. He wants to get in where the the danger is where the ball's coming. And he's brave as well, because out the corner of his eye, you can probably see Virgil van Dijk coming out to close him down. So to keep his cool and put it in the back of the net was a really well taken goal.
No, Robbie, you liked scoring against Villa. He liked scoring against Liverpool. That's the 6th time he scored against them in the Premier League. But they could have gone on to win it at the end, as Unai Emery said. Daniel Marlin, especially when he came on, was so lively.
Yeah, I was impressed with him. I think the difference in the subs, when Liverpool subs came on, didn't really affect the game as much, but the Aston Villa ones did. And obviously, Jacob Ramsey come on. He did come on, didn't he?
Yeah.
And obviously, he think of the game. But Marlon was a player who's direct. You know, he wants to run at defenders, and he was unlucky on a couple of occasions. But when you're direct and running at people, anything can happen.
Defenders don't like it, and I think that's the one thing that he was direct on that right-hand side. He was cutting in, getting shots. And as well, you think of the competition that's here now. So when you start a game or you're given an opportunity to come on, you have to shine and take it. And look, that's what he done.
How good is that competition, Alan, when you think of what's to come for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, it's the one thing that I think the manager wanted from now to the end of the season, to really try and push on and make a push for that top 4. He felt he probably needed a little bit of added quality. That's exactly what he's brought to the club. And if you're playing at a high level, that competition gets even higher. So when you get given minutes, you have to take it, and that's what he done.
And the TBCs, you can see in the fixtures coming up, it's Chelsea next in the league, but the TBCs are the Champions League last 16 games, and it's going to be Club Brugge or Dortmund, we can confirm, after tonight. You want Bruges, Alan, don't you?
I would say so. That's who I would take, if I'm totally honest. I think you'd want to avoid Dortmund, and they know Club Brugge well. I mean, they did get beat by them, don't get me wrong, but it was through an error, an individual mistake. So I think that's the one that they'll be looking at, if I'm honest.
Absolutely. Dortmund, though, 11th in the Bundesliga at the moment, so not having a good season by their standards. But Chelsea at home, it really feels like they need to get a win in that one, Robbie, to get right back in that Champions League race and get some momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I think with Aston Villa, we know they're capable. We know they've got players who can win games, but they have probably lacked the consistency that they probably showed maybe last season. You know, the last 6-7 home games, I think they've won 3, lost 3, and lost 1, drew 3. So the consistency needs to be better, certainly from a Villa point of view.
For Liverpool, though, massive games to come. It's just Manchester City next. They've lost 3-1 this evening out in Real Madrid, though, of course not having their best season. But how do you see that challenge?
Well, it's up to Liverpool. So if Liverpool go out there and play the way we've seen Liverpool this year, Liverpool win the game, because City aren't the City that we've seen in the past. Proven tonight by obviously a performance that wasn't great, but City, we know on their day, can give anyone a game, and it's probably similar to tonight, where you have players capable of winning games and making it hard for you. But Liverpool now, they're always going to be tough. And Arne spoke about pressure before, and I'm trying to get away from him, so the pressure's not on Liverpool. And for me, it's not. But Eve's saying,
are you just trying to convince yourself of that, Robbie, tonight?
Well, I mean, I actually played the game tonight. We obviously sat in front of Liverpool fans as well, so I was on my edge of my seat all the time as well. So it is, but the pressure shouldn't be on Liverpool. Liverpool are playing well. Liverpool are playing well. They're playing okay. They're not playing unbelievable in terms of running the house down.
They've got more gears to go through.
They're effective, aren't they? And for all the problems that people are saying they're having, they haven't lost in a week, and they've had 3.
They've only lost once in the league all season and beaten away from home. They're TBCs as well in the last 16. PSG or Benfica, it doesn't seem like much of a reward for the way they finished in that league phase.
That is the beauty of being absolutely astonishing in the Champions League, isn't it? So, but look, it doesn't really matter for me who you play. You've got to play the best teams, and why not play them a little bit earlier and beat them?
You'd still back Liverpool against PSG, Alan?
I think you would always back them, but that's what I feel for them, because they were unbelievable in the early stages. They finished top, so to be landed with those type of teams, it just doesn't seem quite fair.
4 points dropped, though, in the last 3 games for Liverpool, perhaps giving Arsenal another little glimmer of hope tonight. Guys, thank you very much for your company tonight, Alan and Robbie. You can tune over to TNT Sports 1 right now as well for reaction and highlights to tonight's Champions League games. Manchester City losing 3-1 out in Real Madrid to crash out of the competition. We are at Everton on Saturday for our next Premier League offering with Manchester United, the team in town, but from Villa Park, where it finished 2-2, and Liverpool have gone 8 points clear at the top of the league, perhaps opening the door a bit for Arsenal. Goodbye.